Welcome to learning how to knit in less than 10 minutes. Today what we're going to discuss is the last step that you would need to do in order to finish your project completely and perfectly to the extent that it can be. So let's say you have a hat, a sweater, a scarf, whatever your project is completed. You bound off all your stitches, and then at the end you have some yarn left over, and in the beginning you had some yarn left over, and then throughout the project, like, you might have changed colors, or you might have run out of yarn and had to knot extra yarn and then continue on with your project and so forth. So you might see a little bit of yarn sticking out here and there, or a bit of a knot and everything all over your project. So today what we're going to learn is how to clean that up so that way it looks finished and there's nothing that's really sticking out or bulging out of your project. So what you would need is a crochet hook. You could use this, or you could even use a needle, whatever is comfortable. The hook is better because it's able to catch the yarn, and then you're able to weave the yarn through your project. So let's say your project is just one color, so it wouldn't matter where you take it, but what you would do is you would take the yarn, you would hook it up. So you would basically weave it through your project or your stitches, completed stitches. So you would go back and forth. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm going back and forth within my project and just weaving the yarn through. Now you could do is you could cut it a little bit, not too short, but just cut it a little bit so it's less weaving to do. But you don't want it too short that it comes out. You want it enough so that it sticks through and goes through. So basically you would do this and continue on till you're at the very end stage, and it's pretty much done. That's it. So you would basically do this on the back side. So what if there's any yarn sticking out on the front, you would kind of like take your hook and bring it to the back so that you could weave it through your back. Now let's say you have multiple color project. So you have like red, white, pink, so forth. You would take the yarn that's of the same color and weave it through the same colored portion, because you don't want it to be too apparent when you're weaving it through the other. You don't want it to show up in the front side either. You don't want it to like be noticeable in the front side. So you want to weave the extra yarn through the part through the same color, and enough so that you're not able to tell that it's not sticking out pretty much. So like, for example, here I have such a long yarn, I would cut it to this amount and then I would just weave it through. And I usually basically weave it through the portion that's kind of like it looks knitted or purled portion. So I usually weave it through that because that's also a little bulgy and it's easier to pick up through the hook. So I basically take my hook, put it through that stitch, and hook up my yarn. So I'm hooking up my yarn and then I bring it through, and then just take all remaining yarn and bring it through like that. I haven't cut it, but just explaining. So again, through my stitch, hook up my yarn and bring it through, and then I'll keep doing this back and forth until I'm comfortable where it is and I know that it's not going to really come out. So this is one way of finishing off your project and making it look decent, making it look as a very well finished product or project. So you would just have it that way. So that's the way of completing a project once you've bound off your stitches and you're at the very end. if you like if you like the videos that I am producing, please don't forget to subscribe to Rena Knits on the YouTube channel. Thank you. Until next time.